Khabib just leaked Islam Makhachev's next fight, and it's way bigger than anyone expected. In a surprise revelation that sent shockwaves through the MMA world, Khabib Nurmagomedov accidentally confirmed one of the UFC's biggest upcoming fights. Islam Makhachev versus Della Maddalena for the welterweight title at UFC 322, scheduled for November 15, 2025 at the iconic Madison Square Garden. The moment happened during a fan Q&A session in New York. While answering questions from a crowd, Khabib casually mentioned that Makhachev will be fighting at MSG, a statement that hadn't been made official by the UFC yet. He joked about the situation, saying, "This is his deal with UFC. I don't deal with UFC. This is his problem, but we have a deal with him. He's going to fight at Madison Square Garden." They said yes. The crowd erupted, realizing they'd just heard a major fight announcement directly from Makhachev's longtime mentor and former UFC lightweight king. While some assumed Khabib may have been bluffing, multiple follow-up reports, along with a prior confirmation from Dana White in June, support that this matchup is real, and it's happening at UFC 322. This will mark Makhachev's first fight at welterweight and his first appearance at MSG, a venue long considered sacred ground for combat sports. For Della Maddalena, it's a huge opportunity to defend his newly earned belt in front of one of the UFC's loudest and most passionate crowds. If the fight goes ahead as leaked, it could end up being one of the most talked about main events of the year, not just because of the stakes, but because of how the news broke. Not from a UFC promo, but from Khabib himself. If you love getting fast UFC updates before anyone else, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. MMA Thread drops 2 to 3 fight updates every single day. After dominating the lightweight division for years, Islam Makhachev has officially vacated his 155-pound title, signaling a major shift in his career trajectory. The move clears the path for a new era in the division and allows Makhachev to pursue what only a few fighters in UFC history have achieved: championship gold in 2 weight classes. Makhachev's decision to give up the belt came after 4 successful title defenses, a streak that included wins over elite names like Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, and Alexander Volkanovski. His final lightweight bout was a dominant win against Renato Moicano at UFC 311 in January 2025, which many believed would cement his status as the greatest lightweight since Khabib. Rather than continue to rule at 155, Makhachev made a bold call: move up to welterweight, 170 pounds, and test himself against bigger, stronger opponents. In doing so, he allowed the UFC to crown a new lightweight king, Ilia Topuria, who defeated Oliveira for the vacant title. This transition represents more than just a change in weight class. It's a statement. Makhachev is not content with being just the best lightweight. He wants to join the ranks of legends like Georges St-Pierre, Conor McGregor, Daniel Cormier, and Amanda Nunes, all of whom held titles in 2 divisions. His goal now is to dethrone Della Maddalena, who became the welterweight champ by outpointing Belal Muhammad at UFC 315. But jumping divisions isn't just about belts, it's about legacy. Makhachev knows this challenge will define the next chapter of his career. And with his grappling-heavy style meeting Maddalena's elite striking, fans are already buzzing about the classic wrestler versus striker dynamic this title fight brings. As Islam Makhachev prepares for his long-awaited move to the welterweight division, one challenge is proving harder than expected: gaining weight the right way. Unlike many fighters who struggle to cut down to 155 pounds, Makhachev has always made lightweight comfortably, a sharp contrast to his mentor Khabib Nurmagomedov, who notoriously battled weight issues throughout his career. Now, with his jump to 170 pounds, Makhachev finds himself in unfamiliar territory, trying to put on lean muscle without sacrificing athleticism or performance. In a revealing interview earlier this year, Makhachev told MMA Junkie, "All my life I cut weight, but now, when I want to be big, my weight stays in the same position. I try to lift more, we do some program, and slowly we bring some, maybe 2 kilograms right now, and it's very hard." His goal isn't to get bigger by overeating or bulking recklessly. Instead, Makhachev is focused on quality size gain through strength training and muscle-building routines, something his team is carefully managing. He added, "I don't want to be big by food, eating, and not training. I want to be with muscles. I want to do training, the right lifting program, and bring some muscles." That slow, disciplined approach reflects Makhachev's dedication to long-term performance rather than short-term bulk. Still, building a functional welterweight frame in just a few months is a huge ask, especially when preparing for a striker like Della Maddalena, who is naturally bigger and used to the pace and physicality of the 170 pounds division. Despite the physical struggle, Makhachev signaled the start of his fight camp with an Instagram post showing his last day of vacation on horseback, captioned, "Finish the vacation with a horse ride. Let's work." That message is clear. The holiday is over, and the hard road to UFC 322 begins now. That's your inside scoop, fight fans. Subscribe to MMA Thread so you never miss a leak, a fight update, or a knockout moment. See you in next one.